Hello, Leo. Welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into your Twin Flame Shadow reading. And this is going to be a reading where we're looking at challenge, right? Are you in a twin flame journey with someone where there's like challenge, a connection you have with someone, something is not going right? So we're going to look at the shadow side, okay? So shadow reading, I'm going to use shadow decks. I'm going to use several decks to pull out different cards, all right? So let's get started first, Leo. We're just going to start with four cards to get an idea of what is actually happening here, all right? What is the main theme of this shadow challenge, twin flame for Leo? Show me for the next 7 days. All right. And then we'll pull out some more cards from some other decks. Okay, so Leo, first off, we have Two of Cups, Death, Three of Swords, and the Five of Cups. Wow. Okay, so strong energy here. Let me get those up there for you. All right. Let's start with Death and the Two of Cups. There's a loss here, right? Two of Cups. Death is a loss, and it's the ending. It's a fear. I'm going to say there's definitely a fear here. Two of Cups, love, right? You've met someone that you really love. This is a twin flame journey with someone where you guys are absolutely connected. The commitment has almost been, the beginning sort of acknowledgement, right? This is what Two of Cups is about. It's the acknowledgement of the decision to, yes, we both care about each other. Yes, this is a thing. Yes, we want to move forward. Where do we go from here, right? And then we have Death, though, coming in, which is a feeling of loss, a feeling of an ending to something, right? Could be the ending of a relationship, right? Could be the ending of a relationship coming in, or the loss of something somewhere along the line. We're going to go deeper into it because I'm not necessarily sure that this challenge is the end of the relationship. We have Three of Swords here and the Five of Cups. Somebody is still consumed with pain from the past, right? Someone is still consumed with pain from the past. That Five of Cups, someone is unable to sort of look forward to the future, to a positive connection. And then we have a Three of Swords here, which is a betrayal, right? So this could be a connection you have with somebody where, has there been a betrayal between the two of you? Has someone betrayed the other? And yet there's a Five of Cups there, right? It almost makes me feel like that Five of Cups is not necessarily about this connection. Like the person you're dealing with, Leo, right? And usually my twin flame shadow reads are much more about like trying to figure out what your person is going through that you're experiencing challenge with. They're afraid of something. They're still kind of carrying a burden. They're carrying a pain from the past. And then we have Three of Swords, and I feel like that pain is betrayal, right? They're worried and afraid of betrayal. All right, and yet this Death is coming in also, so there is definitely a feeling of loss or fear of loss. Let's go a little bit deeper now. We're going to get into because you know what, that Two of Cups makes me feel like you guys are together, right? So you haven't broken up yet. Okay, you're together. Two of Cups is like, it's showing up to let me know, to let you know that, yes, you guys are still together, right? So is this betrayal something that they are just fearful of? Is that where the fear comes from? Right? Because they've been betrayed before in the past. Five of Cups. Okay, so let's get some shadow, twin flame journey shadow cards out to see exactly what kind of challenge and shadow energy is here. I'm going to pull 4 of these for Leo and their person in this in this challenge. Feeling of betrayal and regret. Worry, worry, worry. See, the thing with Five of Cups is that is a very much internal power struggle, right? So your person is there. It's what's going on inside of them that is troubling them, right? This thing that they've gone through. What do we have here? Superficial, non-action. Wow, repelled, and invading. All right, so non-action and superficial. Someone is holding their feelings back because of fear. They're being superficial. They're trying to remain superficial. They're trying not to go too deep. You know, they're not giving you enough. And they're being non-action. Damn. It's like somebody also here, there's a feeling of just not wanting to move forward, just not doing anything, just not doing enough, not being able, not giving, just non-action, right? Just nothing there. And why is this happening? Right? Why is this happening? Why is this feeling of superficiality and this feeling that they're not moving, they're not doing anything for this connection? Is that they are in fear, right? They're fear. And I think they fear loss because the betrayal was a loss. They may have been left suddenly. They may have been dumped suddenly, right? They may have been told that I love you and then suddenly it didn't happen. There's a repelling here and invading. So, wow, what is this? This is a feeling of wanting to push and be repelled. And then yet there's an invading going on. So somebody is also in this connection. Leo, you're dealing with somebody who also has a little bit of a stalker streak or perhaps a bit of a wanting to know streak, right? They may also be afraid, okay? There may also be a feeling of being afraid of having their lives invaded or they may be feeling like their life is invaded. Because with this superficiality and this non-action, I'm going to say that there's a feeling here of not doing enough and not giving any. Just not talking, not going deeper. And why is that? Can be because they don't also fear. They feared this invading. Yeah, at the same time, I'm going to say there may be a feeling here of just like being controlled and consumed with this, right? Because Five of Cups is it's a power struggle. Five is a number for power struggle in the tarot. So Five of Cups, it's like this Five of Cups energy of being, you know, stuck in the trauma of the past, the fear of the past. There's also a deep, deep desire to want something better. Those upright cups are there, and that desire to want something better is strong there, or else it wouldn't be a power struggle. Right? And so at the same time, this invading is like this fear of necessarily having too much come in, and yet at the same time possibly wanting it also, right? Let's get some darkness and light cards to see what kind of energies are helping us. That's an interesting, it could be also that there is a feeling of being repelled by their behavior. So there may be some weird behavior going on here because that invading gives me a real pause here. All right, Leo. Yeah, they may be repelled or you may be repelled. Somebody is repelled in this situation. They're kind of getting turned off about this feeling of sort of maybe the other person being too intrusive, the other person being too in their, you know, in their face or what have you, or in their space, in their world. Right? And yet at the same time you have this superficiality here and non-action. So, pardon me, I dropped one of my cards. So, let's get into it. Give me 4 cards for Leo to show me what kind of energies of darkness and light might be helping this connection over the next 7 days. This is just a 7-day read again, so, but it's some heavy energy for 7 days, I can tell you that. Show me, Leo. You know, for these cards to be so strong and yet you have this superficial non-action, it's interesting behavior. We have Spirit of Lightning, Spirit of the Witch, wow. And spirit of envy. Wow. Power, strength, expression is coming in. So, of course, Leo, you're always, that I wouldn't be surprised if that's you. Could also be a person, power, spirit of lightning. It's an airy aspect. Could be somebody, air sign you're dealing with. But spirit of lightning, something, not only is it power, strength, and expression, uh, but light and inspiration comes in, understanding hopefully. But power and strength is important in this situation. Magic, psychic, sorcery. So there's a feeling of energy, of magical energy happening here. Could be you, Leo, sort of really, or just in general, there may be a feeling of relying much more on your intuitive ability, your psychic ability. You kind of almost know what's going to happen next. I almost feel like you have an idea of this, of what's happening with this person to a certain degree. And then you have spirit of envy, and unfortunately, yeah, there's some discontent, resentfulness, and a misery here because of this fear, right? This fear. Spirit of envy, down. Envy, it's envy. Envy is being jealous of someone, of what they have, or being envious of what they have, right? So this is interesting. It could be that someone is being very jealous or resent or envious of the way the other person can be, or the strength of the other person. You have spirit of lightning, spirit of envy. So someone may be a little bit like envious that the other one is stronger in this case, or stronger with their feelings per se. But general discontent anyway is there. So and still the power and strength coming through. So the flip side of that, wow, jumpy cards. The flip side of that is that there may be a pushing through here. There may be a pushing through here, right? Of this kind of this shadow challenge, this non-action, right? We have non-action, but then the spirit of envy comes in and may force the person, either you or your person, to act, right? And to not just give up, to not just be superficial, as it were. Let me get 4 cards here. Adjustments. So there's Libra. Some of you are dealing with a Libra. Ace of Cups. There's love here. Queen of Discs and the Lovers. Wow. So there's strong love here. And it's just fear. Right? That's what I was thinking, here. It doesn't feel to me like you're necessarily the one who's betrayed them, or else this situation would be over, right? It's so strong. But there is a strong fear here, I think. And Leo, I'm going to tell you, if you're dealing with somebody who's like being weird with you, right? On the one hand, they're always around you. They're wanting to know about you in very personal ways, and yet they're being superficial. They're not acting, right? This may be repelling you to a certain degree, and that's where repelling is coming in. But yet and still, there is love here. Ace of Cups, Queen of Discs, the Lovers, right? Remember, Queen of Discs reminds you to keep your heart connected to what you do, to what is important to you. The Queen of Discs works very hard on her garden, and she works very hard on maintaining that garden because she's come from a very barren place. So she's not going to give that up easily. Make sure that you don't give up your own livelihood and your own sort of prosperity, sense of stability, strength, and power for the sake of someone else. So here we have power and expression coming in. Remember to remain powerful and strong in this connection, Leo. Okay? Remember to remain powerful and strong. And in any case, I mean, somebody, you can't make somebody look forward, right? So they have to want it for themselves and to get over it for themselves. And yet balance comes in, Ace of Cups. Some of you are definitely dealing with a Libra, or somebody has strong Libra energy in their chart. Adjustment. This is card for Libra. And in this deck, it's the 8th off deck and not the 11. But in any case, it's justice coming in, it's balance coming in, and understanding coming in, right? Ace of Cups, love. So it can be very much that finally, this person or this connection, the shadow energy that you're experiencing, that fear that they're having, there's going to be an equilibrium that comes in and a kind of balancing that comes in, because this is an unbalanced sort of power struggle, right? And I think a lot of it may be just through sheer desire and want because the love is so strong. Ace of Cups, this is a new connection for sure, but there has been a coming together. So you guys have at least agreed that you like each other, and that, you know, you may be dating, you may have been seeing each other for even several months, and yet and still there may be this feeling, this superficiality and non-action is coming from this fear, from this betrayal that they've had before. Lovers comes in to remind you that it's a give and take. This is Gemini energy, more air energy. So some of you may be dealing with somebody who is a Gemini, or who has Gemini energy in their chart, okay? So, again, but lovers is harmony and working towards harmony. And the thing about working towards harmony is that it's a give and take. So it's not always going to be great, great, great. Harmony is kind of something that gives and takes and comes, you know what I'm saying? That is in motion. It's not a static thing. You have to be working towards it. And sometimes one person has to give to the other while the other person receives. And so the lovers will remind you of this journey and how much you two are really two halves of a whole. And that's what makes the connection so strong. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. Leo, I hope this gave you some clarity on what is going on in a particular connection you have with somebody over the next 7 days. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Check out my channel. You'll see other videos listed. I do your general twin flame readings during the week. Mondays is fire sign day, so tomorrow I'll be up with the Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries twin flame readings. And this is it. All right, Leo, I hope you got something out of it, and I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you at your next reading. Bye-bye now.